О, пропало. Пропало, вот, используется. Это
Strange
был баг.
feeling being without all of that. I didn't realize how much I'd grown used to it.
Everything's prepared. It's time for you to take your vows.
Do I really have to wear this?
You'd better get used to it. You'll be wearing it for the rest of your life.
Да, да. Я прям с нулем прошел туда. Я говорю, я с нулем прошел. Нулем.
Brothers in Christ, we have gathered here today to welcome a new novice into our midst. Dear brother, forget your former life and embrace your new vocation in the community of the monks of St. Benedict. Opus Dei, obedientia, obprobria, the service of God, obedience, and endurance of all discomfort. These are the cornerstones and succor of our order, which on this day shall become your own. Suscipe me, Domine, secundum eloquium tuum et vivam. Et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Suscipe me, Domine, secundum in loquium tuum vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Accept your new name, Brother Gregor, and wear it with honor. Welcome, brother.
Монах. Монах. Монах.
Welcome, brother. I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
Вот так мы опозорились в первый день, что это значит? А, ты об этом, что ли?
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony. I had no idea what I was supposed
Да,
to
я
do.
понял, что она про церковную.
You don't know Latin, do you? Don't worry. Work in the scriptorium will teach you fast enough. Why exactly are you here? Was it your choice? Or did someone force you to come?
was my choice. For a common lad like me, it's the easiest way to get an education and do something worthwhile with my life.
It looks like we're both here for the same reason. I think we'll get along.
Would you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a novice and I'm here because I'd make a poor merchant. I like books and I want an education. Although I must say, so far the monastic life's been quite unexpected.
Let's go then.
Good. But before we do, here's a letter directly from the prior telling you all your regular duties from tomorrow onwards. Make sure to read it this evening, so you know how things work. Right, we can go now. Follow me closely. I'll explain everything as we go. Remember one word: discipline. It's your job to work and pray. You serve the Lord now, not your own bodily needs. This is the way to the dormitory, where we all sleep. You'll find a free bed there, which is now yours. Do you know the first thing the monastery taught me? To appreciate sleep. We rise before dawn every day. Takes a bit of getting used to.
You're right there. Peace be with you.
Praise be to our Lord.
This is the garden, a place for silent contemplation and meditation. Centuries ago, this monastery was founded by the most esteemed of brothers, Saint Procopius.
Peace be with you, brother.
His earthly remains can be found in a cave under the monastery, and his spirit wanders the corridors at night, punishing any misbehaving novices. So beware. Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work. Ora et labora. Pray and work. As a novice, you must always listen to your superior brethren, and above us monks are the prior and the circators, who punish every infraction. You'll know them by the canes they carry. Do what they say. This is the refectory, where we come together to eat. During meals, you must be silent. Only one brother reads aloud from the Rule of Saint Benedict.
The rule is the only law we recognize, with the exception of those from God himself. If you break any of its precepts, expect a swift punishment. But I've already told you about the circuit. The library, the pride of our monastery, a trove of learning. We don't just read books here, we also copy them. You, too, will learn how. And that's all. Today you are still free from duty, but tomorrow you begin work like the others. If you need anything, ask any of the brothers. We'll be glad to help you. And I recommend you get to know the other novices. You already know me. Then there is Siskin, Yodok, and Lucas.
Thanks for showing me around. There's a lot to learn here. Will you tell me something about yourself?
There's not much to tell. I lived in Vlashim, and after my father died, I found out I wasn't much of a merchant. So I left the shop to my brother and decided to become a monk. It's peaceful here. There's food and lots of time to read.
So you chose to come here?
It may seem strange, but I'm one of the few novices that did. I might be the only one. The truth is, the idea of spending my life in a monastery was more appealing than being cooped up in a greasy old shop.
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. Who's in charge of things around here?
Truthfully, everyone except us. But officially, Abbot Peter. And soon enough, someone else. As if it mattered. Our life will still be work and prayer.
I see. Are there any rifts between the brothers?
Yes. From the moment talk began about electing a new abbot, it's been like a hornet's nest here. Strange you haven't noticed.
Tell me something about electing the abbot.
Abbot Peter is old. When he dies, they'll have to select a new abbot from amongst the brethren. The candidates are John and Nevlas. And if you ask me for my opinion, Nevlas is definitely the right man. Unfortunately, no one cares about my opinion because novices get no say.
Салфетку. Телебонькую салфетку.
Tell me something about life here.
Work, prayer, as if you didn't know. We serve God, and that's the central truth of our lives.
What are the roles of the various monks here?
Someone takes care of the library, someone else the garden. The abbot supervises everyone, and in his absence, the prior. But it's the circators you should worry about. They're the brothers who'll make sure we observe the rule. They can be quite strict, so if you want to avoid getting punished, always act righteously and do your duties honestly.
Who would you choose as the new abbot if you could?
Why should I even think about that when I don't have the right to vote? Gregor, don't go poking your nose into other people's business. You'll sleep better at night.
Гулять? Гулять?
What do you desire, brother?
Huh.
It occurs to me you might be the man to ask. I'm looking for some lockpicks. Do you know anyone in the monastery who could help me?
Lockpicks? You surprise me, brother. And you, a nobleman's son. But you could ask Brother Salarius. They say he used to be a thief.
I need to make a confession.
I'm no priest, but tell me what you've done. It's probably nothing to worry about.
I'm here in the monastery looking for a thief. He had a hand in burning down the Neuhof stud.
You don't say. And who are you to take such an interest?
Если я нажму «неважно», то он как бы заподозрит, перестанет доверять, допустим. Если я хочу найти его и убить, то, понятное дело, он будет против. Я ищу наказываю лиходеев, может так
Someone
сказать?
whose job it is to investigate the case, find the perpetrators and make sure they get the punishment they deserve.
Punishment? Do you intend to punish them here, in the monastery?
I don't know yet. I'm still just on their trail. Perhaps you could help me find him?
The missing thief? If I knew anything, I'd tell you, but I suppose it must be one of the novices. I've only recently heard about the Neuhof incident, and all the other brethren have been here much longer than that.
I know. Aside from me, there are only 4 novices, but still, I don't know which one he could be.
3? Please, leave me out of it. And you're right that it could be any one of them. No one knows anything about Lukas. Siskin might be a lot of things, but a monk isn't one of them. And Yodok is a slimy worm. It wouldn't surprise me if he was behind that massacre. Actually, the more I think about it, the less I like that Yodok. He's a treacherous rat who'd do anything to get in someone's good books. The thought of Yodok at Neuhof sends chills up my spine.
Maybe you're right. It's not a pretty thought. Thanks for your help, and please don't say a word to anyone.
Don't fret, my friend. Your secrets are locked inside my lips.
Что? кажется, это было бы неправильно, типа, нужно же его там как-то скрытно убить, знаешь. Мне нужно, значит, что? Выяснить, кто способен так убить Святоши, так спамну рациком. Так, я рассказал Антоне о своих планах, он думает, что Йодок убить Святоши. Йодок. Нужно бы найти Йодока.
The forbidden
Don't
books
even
must
look
be
at
in
that
that
cabinet. It contains forbidden books.
Где? Блядь.
Someone really reeked at Matins.
You're right. It stunk like a wine barrel in there, and it's not the first time.
It's a mystery, but one that will soon be solved.
Sorvus.
Так, Лукаш, давай.
I'm
Да, я
Gregor,
понял,
a
правильно.
novice. I saw you at the ceremony.
I know. It was hard not to notice you.
And you are?
Lucas, also a novice. Don't get upset, but I don't want to talk to you. I'm happiest alone.
Will you tell me something about your...
I
mean, where you're from, what sort of life you have?
I'm a novice, and my monastic...
Come on.
I could, but I don't want to. I'm sorry. I want to stay focused on work and pray. What has been isn't important for us. We cast the past aside when we walked through the monastery gates and took our...
Ладно, понятно с ним. Так. Ну хули, мне теперь искать постоянно всех послушников, что ли? Там еще один был. Это он? А то из-за твоих сообщений мне не видно. Ты мне лучше подскажи.
That Privislavus battle must
Lucas.
have been terrible. Did you see how many new graves there are in Egypt?
Из спален выходил. Это тоже. Угу, да, я понял. Какая-то кто? Антоний. Блять, вот кто это? Ты опять чишь.
My name's Gregor, a novice.
You can call me Siskin. Now, are you here of your own free will, or is this a punishment?
Did you say purgatory?
You'll see soon enough.
Will you tell me something about...
Look, nothing against you, but I prefer not to talk.
Are you hiding something? Why?
I'm hiding a lousy past that I'd rather forget. I hate to think of all I lost when they stuck me in here. And also because I really hate the question, aren't you the son? I was rich and I had everything. But then my father began to feel his time approaching, so he decided to send a son to the monastery. And, being the youngest, a lot fell on me. I've no head for managing the estate, and they said I'd squander it. Can you imagine? Me, in a monastery. So I took what coin I could from home with me, so I didn't lose out completely.
What's your plan with this treasure?
To get out of here as soon as I can. I'll wait another year or two until my hot-headed brothers cool off a bit, and then I'll take the silver and run off somewhere, far, far away from here.
That's all I wanted to...
Please, keep it to yourself. Especially the part about the...
I'd be interested to hear what you think about the other. Tell me about Antonius.
Well, if there was a monk I'd recommend as a friend, with of course the exception of myself, it would be Antonius. He has a...
What can you tell me about Lucas?
It's a tricky situation with Lucas. No one really knows anything about him. I've tried so many times to talk to him, but he always backs away like a virgin on a wedding night.
That's all. Thanks.
Так. И там какой-то лось был, да? Или он?
Creeping. He was stomping about like a bear.
Лукаш.
He can't sleep. Prays long into the night.
Чиж. Еще один. Еще один. Какой-то Йонт его звали. Не во дворе? Не вижу. Кто это? Антоний.
Besides, God will be our protector. Peace be with you, brother.
Чиж. Это Лукаш. Ага. Да. Здорово. Я могу открыть эту дверь. А, так я уже был. Я уже был. Я уже был. Ну, смысла там нет. Я просто узнаю, что мне нужно. Всё. Ну, сообщение это уместилось, кстати. Так, это кто? Это сука Антоний. Пидорас. Антоний. Лукаш. А, походу они наверх поднимаются спать уже. В спальне. Чиж. Монах. Тут кто-то нет, не спит.
What do you desire, bro?
I'd like to ask you something. Are there ever any disagreements?
Unfortunately, yeah.
I understand. What can you tell me about...
What can I say? You're here to demonstrate your devotion to God and to live a monastic life. After a year, you can make...
I meant something specific about the brothers that are here.
But you know them yourself. Yodok is an odd one, but
Oh,
he's
Yodok,
diligent
Yodok.
and eager. Perhaps too eager. Siskin is good company, but a bit too worldly for a monk. Antonius is hard-working and will help you with anything, but prays less than he ought. Lucas is as quiet as a mouse, and no one knows much about.
Обычный монах. А, не Влас. А я не запомнил. Молодец. Хочу часов до 12. А, окей. Что правильно? Да. Удобство кровати 50, я так и знал. Да, пусть все спать на полу. Кровати только мои. А, да? Блядь. Я думал, меня разбудят. Молитва, по сути, там всего 3. Да. Смотри, по сути, всего 3. Нет, это миллион раз точно. Кто?
Can't you see where I...
Это он? Да, йода. Смотри. Йо. Си. Ладно. В 3 утра начало дня, 4 утра заутренняя, 6 утра совместная трапеза, 8 утра работа в трапезной. Начальным братом Негласом, 12 дня работы в библиотеке. 4 дня дневная молитва, 6 вечера вечерняя общая трапеза, 7 вечера спать. Так, ладно.
This is not a good time.
Да, что мне делать-то? Я думаю, зря это сделал. Бля, зря. Я думаю, зря совсем я это сделал. Просто нахуй зря. Ладно. Я тут. Блять, чё это?
Can't you see we are... Stop, Brother, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be work...
You're right, brother.
This is your first warning.
Ёб твою мать, красотища какая. Я ж вместе со всеми. Отцовский двор был тут где-то.
So much the more ought the punishment for sin make us avoid evil words. Therefore, since the spirit of silence is so important, permission to speak should rarely be granted to imperfect disciples, even though it be good, holy, edifying conversation.
Не будем смотреть на это так. Извините, лучше посмотрим вот сюда.
And in another place, death and life are in the power of the tongue. For speaking and teaching belong to the master. The disciples are to be silent and listen. For that reason, if anything has been asked of the superior, it should be asked with all the humility and submission inspired by reverence. But as for
Ложка
coarse
не берет
jests and
ничего,
idle
блять, проходит
words or
через
words
тарелку,
of
ёпта,
laughter,
бля.
these we condemn everywhere
Через
with a
тарелку
perpetual
проходит.
ban. And for such
Через
conversation, we
тарелку.
do not permit
Еда
the
проходит
disciple
сквозь ложку, бля.
to open his mouth.
У тебя то же самое, братец. А ты вообще не ешь, да? А ты чё? У тебя тоже через, блядь, миску проходит. Не знаю, ну-ка. Вот, у тебя тоже хавчик не берется. Это чё, Гарри Поттер, что ли, блядь? Ты пристраж пытаешься вытащить, да? Бля, у тебя что там? Что ты, бля, залысина нахуй?
What is it, brother?
I'd like to ask... What can you tell me?
What can I say?
I meant something...
But you know, Antonia...
Что?
What would you like?
I'd like to ask...
Почему смеешься? Я заебалася.
Peace be with you, brother.
Это что, дерьмо с говном? Или говно с дерьмом? нахуй. Полчаса играть осталось. Чё, сука? Смотри, меня отравили, меня траванули, меня...
You've got a strong constitution. Anyone else would have certainly died.
What happened?
Let me tell you a little story. Once upon a time, there was a young boy. He was lost and miserable. He had no future. He was tempted by his friends into doing some foolish things, but he wasn't truly bad, because when it came down to it, he ran away rather than keep doing foolish deeds. His former friends didn't take kindly to that, though, and wanted to punish him. So they sent a hunting dog to find him and rip his throat. The boy wasn't stupid, though, and he knew that the hound was coming. He poisoned some food, and when the hound showed up, he gave it to him. He didn't expect the beast to live, but it did. And all of a sudden, the boy was sorry for what he tried to do. So he offered to make a bargain with the hound.
I think I understand you. But the beast would need to know what deal he's being offered.
You know, we're both pawns in someone else's game. They have plans for us, but we don't have to let them use us. We can just forget all about it and go our own way. I was a bandit, and I was at Nyhoff. I've robbed and stolen, but I swear to God I've never in my life slain innocent people. What I saw at Nyhoff made me realize my life was worth shit, but I still had a chance to change for the better. Here in the monastery I've had plenty of time to think things over, but then you showed up and fucked it all up.
So the evildoer changes his ways and finds God. What exactly are you proposing?
Both of us can leave this place. You can go back to your people, and I can go somewhere where I can live out my life in peace, and no one will try to kill me. If we work together, we can both get what we want.
Блять, я вот не помню, что там. Кости, да, игровые, чтобы мы подтвердили. Так.
You're right. But the people who sent me will find out if I don't kill you.
They won't if we're clever about it. No one has to die. Before we make a run for it, we'll make it look like someone's killed me. Loads of blood, a tattered scrap of my habit, and footprints leading towards the river. No one will bother looking for my body there. There we'll split up. You go for your bounty, and I'll get as far away from here as I can.
Я убью кого-нибудь еще, бля.
Good. Let's do it your way.
Good. I'm glad that despite our initial discord, we could reach an agreement. Here, take something to calm your stomach. Now we'll need the keys to the monastery and some blood to make the
What are you going to do?
I need to get ready for a long journey. Prepare supplies, get some normal clothing somehow. That sort of thing. You can...
What do I need the keys?
How else will we get out? This place is practically a prison.
Getting the keys won't be easy.
I know, but Brother Salarius is a reformed thief. I'll bet he still has a few lockpicks lying about. If you know... Or there's the hard way. Steal the keys from the prior.
They both sound horror to me. And where am I supposed to...
You'll find a parchment in the kitchen with a list of ingredients on it. All the things they're ordering. Add blood for making soup to the list.
Alright, that's everything I...
Excellent. Come and see me once you have everything. And Gregor.
Так. Короче, лучше так сделать. Да. Утреннее послушание. Ну да. Блять, ну где я нахуй? Меня могут заметить и наказать. Так. Так, раздобыть кровь. Что ты пишешь? Да.
What troubles you?
I'm looking for something a little, unorthodox.
And what would that be exactly?
I'm looking for
lock picks.
I'd like to practice opening...
Just for fun.
Что? У меня же было больше.
Praise be to Christ.
I'm looking for...
And what...
I'm looking for...
Lock pick.
Блять, подожди, ничего не пиши, у меня закрывается эта хуйта.
What's it to you? Do you have some or not?
Peace, brother. There's no need to get all worked up. So you heard I used to be a burglar, did you? I put it all behind me as soon as I took the vows. But I do have a few lockpicks left. I'll trade them for food. Get me a bite to eat, and you can have your lockpicks. Can't say fairer than that, can I?
похавать. То есть люди что-то похавать. Так вот, недоступно, видишь? Видишь, недоступно, лучше, конечно. Пришел. Так. Сколько на него? Подожди, не пиши пока ничего, а то у меня показывается ничего.
Peace be with you, brother.
Да нельзя.
Brother? What are you doing here?
You're right, brother.
This is your second warning.
Надо работать.
I'm Gregor.
I know. I saw you at the ceremony. My name is Nebulus, and I'm the provost here. I'm in charge of the monastery's property, as well as handling...
That means you get to leave the monastery?
No, not at all. I just write lists.
Is there any way I could help you get elected? Somehow tip the scales in your favour?
What would you like to do? Climb up the tower and shout, "Vote for Nebulus, vote for Nebulus"?
Not exactly. You do have an opponent, John.
John isn't my opponent, he's my brother. Just like you and everyone else here. We're all brothers in Christ. But there is something you could help me with. You must know there's a great deal of iniquity here in the monastery. I'd be interested to hear of anything I don't know about.
Should I find out for you what's going on around here?
Let me make this clear. I want to base my candidacy on putting things in order. But if...
Very good then.
Thank you, brother.
Охуенно. Вот это задача, конечно. Так.
I'd like to ask you... Is there anything I can...
You know, there is. Perhaps you've heard that Abbot Peter is great. I'm interested in medicine, and I know there's a cure for the abbot's ailment. With your help, I could find out the details, and together you and I could give old Peter a few more years to do good.
What do you need me for?
In order to get the recipe for this medicament, a few rules will need to be broken. Now, you know, most of the brothers... I, however, think if God sent us not just illnesses, but also the medicine to cure them, then it's our duty. The cure for Abbot Peter's illness could be contained in one of the books in our library, but it will certainly be amongst the Libri Prohibiti, the forbidden books. Those we aren't...
Why are they forbidden?
Because they contain occult and demonic practices, witchcraft and all manner of evil. It's nonsense, of course. This is nothing but a book of medicine, albeit what? Ibn Sina, also known as Avicenna, is universally acknowledged to be a wise man. But here, at some point, someone decided his book is the work of a Saracen devil and must be kept under lock and key. Since then, no one can...
Is there anything you can...
There's a key to the cabinet in the prior's chambers. The librarian should have another one, or you can acquire some lockpicks. But I can't tell you where or how.
Where can I find it?
In the library, there's a large cabinet with a lock on it. The forbidden books are inside. You'll easily recognize what you're looking for. The cover has not only a Latin inscription, but also Saracen letters. Bring it to me, but leave the other books there. No one will notice if one book disappears, but if more were to vanish, someone would certainly begin to look into it, which is exactly what we don't want.
Where can I find it?
In the library, there's a large cabinet with a lock on it. The forbidden books are inside. You'll easily recognize what you're looking for. The cover, no one will notice if one book disappears.
Why can't you do it?
Because I'm one of the highest-ranking monks here, and one day I'd like to become abbot. Can you imagine?
You could just ask for it.
Do you honestly think I haven't tried? Unfortunately,
I'm ready.
One more important thing. There's always someone in the library during the day. To pass unwatched, you'll need to go at... They say Brother Solarius understands locks. But don't tell him why you need it. Once you have the book, bring it to me. We'll soon have the election of the abbot over and done.
Так.
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you. There's the alchemist's laboratory. You'll find... Today it's your task to concoct 2 potions to aid... Once you finish them, you'll find me somewhere nearby. Don't forget to let me know when you're done.
Так. Отрава, охуенно. Мне отраву надо, блядь, готовить. От тяжести в животе. Так. Спиртное. Кофе с мятой, 2 горсти ромашки. Возьмите ромашку, положи все ингредиенты в котелок, пустите в течение 1 оборота. Так. Спиртное. А ромашки-то у меня нет, бля. Мята. Ромашка. Так. Помню.
Wish all good health upon him, but I want change, and only a new abbot can bring
Блять, открывай. Остыньте, сука, сколько можно? Возможно, переварил. Мне кажется, переварил вообще. Угу. Не знаю, не стал рисковать. Не стал рисковать.
What would you like?
I've finished my work.
Show me what you've made. Spectacular, Gregor. You've found your talent. Soon enough.
Блин, в смысле? Мы сделано сегодня закончено.
Salve, be well. What would you like?
Да, давай, органи. Так, ну-ка. Отрава. Тяжесть в животе. Петушок. Неплохо. Валерьяна и 2 мяты. Что у нас было? Выпустить мяту, да? Я думал, было тут мяту. Там же спиртное было, да? Спиртное, да. Я хз. Даже не пробовал бы. Что я? Не знаю, не знаю. Я пропустил момент. Как его использовать? Что? Нужно дать открыть, возможно. Не знаю. М. Неплохо, неплохо. Угу, ура, есть. Так что можем еще? Да, да. Угу. И вот он на кухне ходит. Спасительный шнапс. Yes. Вот это и приготовим. Так. Крапива 2 белладонна. Винум. Крапива 2х белладонна. Я думаю, да. Придется. Так, знаешь что? Я могу что-то прокачать. Так. Опа. Вот интересно, может быть, получится применять в бою. Так. Ловкость. А сюда здесь вообще ничего, да, интересного так. Наше успешное уклонение снижает боевую дисциплину. Победную кость. Красноречие. Опа, вот это полезно. Так, нужно ведение боя. Давай. О, на треть меньше. Вот это отличная штука. Вынесем. Так. Все, короче, я это доделаю. И, наверное, на этом спать. Но, типа, нужно бы шнапс сварить, сохраниться и лечь спать. Так, сильные бедра. Ваш лошадь не будет пугаться ближайших врагов, пока кто-нибудь ее не ударит. Если сражаетесь верхом, неважно в чем, так, окей. Лошадь никогда вас не сбросит, если вы не в бою. Прикольно. Скаковая лошадь. Ваша лошадь скачет быстрее, но может нести меньше урона. Нет. У меня ломаная лошадь. В общем, какая-то хрень тоже, типа. Что думаешь? Ой. Угу. О, смотри, начальная позиция отмычек будет ближе к концу личинки, помнишь? Вот эту штуку надо бы, да. Отмычка почти бесшумная даже если. Шестое чувство. Ну, шестое чувство. Типа, окей, я буду крутить больше, но зато шестое чувство. Типа, вот, умелец, да? Нет, набитая рука. Вот, то есть, зато, хоть я буду крутить лучше, ну, точнее, дольше, ну, точнее, как и сейчас, да, но зато я буду чувствовать. Мне кажется, это будет проявляться в том, что, типа, будет Индриш говорить, что, типа, вот что-то, мне кажется, сейчас меня увидит, типа, такого. Таким образом, наверное, заметность. Хрень. Русский, никто не знает. Ну... К незаметности. Прикольно. Так. Ну все, ладно. Так, эти приколдесники мы получили. Теперь спасительный шнапс. Крапива белодонна. Одна крапива, одна белодонна. Так, точнее, две белодонны. Нет белодонны, бля. можно лечь спать и сохраниться. Может, наверху, походу. Да, зажали голодомных. Что там нужно было?
What do you desire?
I'd like to ask you, can you leave?
Where would you go? You have everything.
What is it, brother?
I'd like to ask.
Очень сложно, блядь. Очень сложно, вот здесь очень сложно замок.
What is it, brother?
Is there anything I can do to...
I'm glad you asked. There's one thing, a silly thing really, but not long ago, a brother brought me a crumpled piece of parchment. He says he found it rolled up in a hole in the wall. The thing is, it was a page from Ovid.
Ovid? What is that?
Not what, but who? Ovid was a great Roman poet. We have a few volumes. Now I believe I can guess what happened. Brother Eustace, may the earth rest lightly on him, was quite narrow-minded when it came to classical literature. If he'd had his way, all such books would have been burned. Ovid's The Art of Love must have been such a thought.
About that torn up...
In your free...
Oh,
Absolutely. Eustace's wits weren't the sharpest, so I imagine he hid them throughout the monastery. It might take you a while to find them all, but when you do, you can rest assured Ovid...
That's not a job.
A pity. It wouldn't have taken up much of your time. But if you happen to run into something...
I've heard there...
That's correct. They're here, safely hidden away.
Could a book be...
No errors are made. Every book on the prohibited list is there for a reason. Who...
Согласен.
How does a book get...
Forbidden works are full of heresy and blasphemy and witchcraft.
I don't need to hear...
Ой, блядь. Как мне нахуй сохраниться? Пойду-ка я усну, короче. Всё, я пойду посплю. Все, мне похуй, я лягу спать. Смогу ли я сохраниться? Нам нисколько не дали. Мне же нужно еще еду украсть. Все, сохранено. Все, короче, похуй. Сейчас. Я понял, еще микрофон включен. Сейчас должно... ну, блядь, короче. Да, там был интерфейс. Как в лавке у торговца. Показано было, что вот, типа, у этого челика ключ, отмычки, а у меня нихуя. И вот надо бы раздобыть еду, вот, в корзину добавить его отмычки, мою еду и торгануться, типа. И таким образом я бы получил бы отмычки. Так что вот, вот, на нее когда нажимаю, ничего не происходит, типа там выходит это, как его... Сейчас плойка вырубится, она выключится и сразу стрим тоже закончится. Там всего-то и скачивать гига. Ну, скорость, конечно, пиздец.